Well, hello you wonderful humans, and welcome back to Monster Hunter Stories 2. I hope you're all having a wonderful day, and today we're going to be going over my top 5 tips and tricks that you need to know when starting your journey in Monster Hunter Stories 2. These tips and tricks will hopefully help you enjoy the game just a little bit more and improve your experience overall. And a lot of these will tie in together to actually help you out in many different aspects of the game. Now, the first thing we're going to go over is rare den hunting. There is a very simple trick to improve your experience drastically when you're hunting for rare dens in Monster Hunter Stories 2, and there's a couple tricks that are going to really help improve this experience. Rare dens are really where you're going to get some powerful monsters. Not only do they provide you with rarer and better genes, but you also get more powerful monsties with improved HP, defense, or elemental attacks, which is very handy to have. Now, we're going to go over how to farm this up really quick here in a second, but I do want to cover some stuff inside of the dens here when you're grabbing the eggs. You want to get eggs that are smellier and heavier. The smellier and heavier they are, the better the quality of the genes and stats that you will get on your monsters. And you have a couple different levels of rarity here. We've got the golden ones, which we're getting right now, which are kind of stinky, don't you thinky, and 100% normal weight. But also different monsters will weigh more and stuff like that, which is something you'll get into as you progress through the game. Now, what we really want is a rainbow quality egg. There's a rainbow one right there. Rainbows are going to be the highest quality eggs that you can get from there, and you'll have a higher chance of getting some of the rarer genes that you can acquire on the monsters that you're looking for. If you go into your Monsterpedia, you can see the genes page here, and you can see that we can get 21 random genes. Now, a lot of these you'll have to hunt for by getting those golden and rainbow eggs, and you can really tell what potentiality you have for genes by checking this out, and you'll know if you want to farm up a specific egg or not for specific genes. Now, like this Tigrex has a lot of things that are really great, like the critical eye up large, protection gene large, den protector medium, which is going to improve your chances of getting rare eggs even more. And that's something we'll get into here in a second. But now we're going to get onto the trick itself. Actually cycling the map to be able to get more rare dens. There's a rare den right over there, and there's actually a really simple process for recycling the dens that you have on your map. You do not even have to leave the location. You can actually open up your map and select it. And we're going to go to the afternoon here. And what's going to happen is the dens will actually cycle. You don't have to leave the area. You don't have to change the time of day. You can see that rare den is now gone over there. And if we want to try it again, we can just go ahead and click afternoon. And then wham bam, thank you ma'am. We load back into the game, and we've got a rare den over there. We've got another one right there. And you can quickly power through all of your dens by doing, or basically just quickly power through and get tons of rare dens extremely quickly. Now, this kind of leads me into the second tip that I want to provide, and that is to really not spend too much time grinding the game early on, because there's two different ranks that you're going to be playing in. You're going to have low rank and high rank. Now, if you burn yourself out grinding the game a ton at low rank, all of your work is really going to be for naught, because once you get to high rank, you're going to have significantly better monsties, significantly better genes, significantly better equipment, so you're really wasting your time by grinding the game really hard at the beginning, and you can use that time better later in the game. So really, don't waste too much time grinding the game too hard at the beginning. Just enjoy the game, get used to all of the mechanics, and then really focus on getting all of the high quality stuff a little bit later when you're not going to be wasting your time. Look at that nice rainbow egg. Now, that's not to say you shouldn't grind the early game at all. If there's a particular monster that you really like and you just want to power it up as much as you can, then I definitely recommend doing that. One of the fun parts of the game is falling in love with the monsters as you're playing along and creating a connection with them. So definitely, if you're going to be grinding, make sure you grind the rare dens that we've shown you how to easily reload, because that's where your best time is going to be spent. And man, I do love me some Nargacuga eggs. Now, speaking of not wasting our time, there's actually a really handy trick for getting around the map very quickly. I didn't even realize this was a thing, but you can actually fast travel while you're in dens. Often quests will have you going back to town and you're in the middle of a den that kind of took forever to get through, and you can just go to your main map and fast travel right out of the den. You can actually fast travel from anywhere in the game, no matter what you're doing, and allows you to travel around extremely quickly. This is probably one of my favorite features in the game because you don't even have to go to the caravans to fast travel, and you don't even have to go to the caravan stands menu if you don't want to. You can fast travel from this menu. You can click anywhere on the map if you want. It's just a really, really nice feature. Now, if you have a monster that you absolutely love and you want to have it part of your team and you don't want to be bothered just farming up random dens, hoping that you get the egg that you're looking for. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we got plenty of tricks to help you out with this, and one specific one is extremely helpful. If we go to the field guides here and go to your Monsterpedia, you can look at the monsters that you like. Say you want to get more T-Rexes. If you go to the habitat and retreat section, if we break the head with a greatsword after it steps on a shock trap, we can greatly boost the retreat rate. Now, each monster has their own requirements like this. So if we attack with a Nursilla kinship skill to boost the retreat rate, if we want big old shark boy here, we could break the stomach while it's swollen to boost the retreat rate. And each monstie has their own retreat requirements, and if you follow these, you'll have great chances of having them retreat to their own den. Now, there are other skills we can use, like with the Rathian armor. If we look at the skills on here, we have Den Protector, which boosts the rate of slain monsters by a good amount for them to retreat. You can stack this with a small or a large to get a much higher chance of retreat rates. And then also, you're going to make sure to want to use an item before the monster dies called a paintball. These only last for 3 turns, so you want to use them when the monster is at low HP to greatly increase the chance of that monster retreating to its own den. Now, the reason you want to go through the effort to achieve this is because if you make a monster retreat to its den, then you have 100% chance of finding that monster's egg in that den specifically. And if you boost up your ability to increase your luck at finding rare eggs, then you could potentially get lots of rainbow eggs of the specific monster that you're looking for. Now, the final tip is an easy one, but also an extremely important one, and one that you want to start doing as soon as you start playing Monster Hunter Stories 2, and this involves the prayer pot. This is an easily overlooked item at the beginning of the game, but if you level this up early, it is going to help you out so much. Mine is currently only level 7 because I waited a little while to start leveling up, which I should not have done. Now, as you level this up, the boosts you get increase pretty substantially. It goes up to level 20, and each time you're going to increase the percentages not only of your prayers. So if you want to be finding rare dens, you can use the finding prayer to get a 3.5 additional chance here, which is fine. But then the real big bonuses come in with the charms. Now, this is actually extremely easy to level up. Let's go ahead and pop in 5 charms here, and what's going to happen is we are going to actually upgrade our prayer pot. Every 5 items you put in here and you offer it, you're going to level it up. So now we are level 8 because we've used 35 charms, and its effects will be much more powerful. Sometimes we'll get items in return as well, like we got the recovery charms times 3. And when we go in here, now we can see that we have a 14%. So every level, you're going to increase it by 5%. So we'll get a total increase of about 20% for finding rare eggs. And for various other things, we are going to increase as well. So you can increase your defense, your damage, your gathering. This becomes very, very useful, especially later in the game when you're really trying to farm things up and min-max your monsties, or if you just want some additional XP along the way. But regardless, you can level that up very, very quickly just by offering the things that you get throughout your playthrough. And once you max it out, it's going to help a lot. But anyways, thank you all so much for watching. I hope this video helped some of you out, and I'll see you all in the next one.